headed to the Oregon coast today. Both Colin and Lucie are coming along on this overnighter, though gear and seating for 3 people is a bit of a challenge in the Forester.
Well, for the first time ever, we're going camping with Colin and with Lucie. And the car is the most packed it has ever been. I just hope I can get it all back in afterwards.
This is Cory and Julie of CJ Adventure Oregon. They live here along the coast and have a terrific YouTube channel featuring their adventures all across Oregon. This weekend's excursion will be entirely on sand. Sand roads, beaches that serve as roads, and even some open dunes. This is already so awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun out here.
All right, who's ready to hit the dunes? Actually, first we're going to make our way out along some of these sand roads to get to our campsite. Cory and Julie actually came out yesterday and camped with their kids, so they've got a spot set up already.
Brought sandals so I can walk around with sand, just get my feet dirty.
I'm gonna go ahead and make camp now, and then we'll go out and explore later. That way I can get some of this stuff out of the car.
This trip was weeks ago, prior to Oregon's stay-at-home advisory, but we were aware of the virus creeping into the Pacific Northwest and generally tried to maintain safe distances. Fortunately, this campsite has ample room for us as well as Cory and Julie's Jeep, teardrop trailer, and 4Runner. Some of the exploring we're going to do today requires driving along some beaches fronting the bay, but at the moment the tide is too high to access those areas. So instead, we're going to go check out the nearby ocean beach. Most of this beach is currently closed to driving due to the snowy plover nesting season, but it's a nice opportunity to just relax after the drive from Eugene and chat for a while. The wind is pretty intense today, so it's nice to be able to park right on the beach and use the car as a windbreak. Cory and Julie need to head back to camp to check on their daughter and her friend, but we're going to hang out here a while longer waiting for the tide to go out. Even with the wind, that jetty is looking pretty inviting. Along the Oregon coast, the Pacific Ocean is generally anything but Pacific. However, the sea lions are undaunted by the currents of the relentlessly pounding surf. Alright, shall we hit some dunes now? Cory and Julie know every nook and cranny of this area, navigating us along the bay via beaches and sand roads through the forest. It's truly a pleasure to visit this area we've never explored before with Cory and Julie as our guides. Over the radio, Cory regularly provides us with interesting tidbits of history and other local knowledge. Speaking of history, we're headed into the woods on foot to check out some World War II ammunitions bunkers. Okay, for reals this time. This is just amazing out here. If you subscribe to my channel, you may have seen my videos from the dunes further north near Florence, but both times I was too nervous to venture very far into the dry sand. Here, there is nothing but hills and hills of dry sand. I've aired down to 13 psi, traction control switched off, and so far the Forester is handling it just fine. I'm honestly surprised by how easy this is. I'm climbing some gnarly slopes and I keep expecting to get the Forester stuck at some point, but it just powers on up each time. Well, that was a total blast. That was way more fun than I expected, and I'm suddenly feeling much more confident driving in dry sand. The Forester certainly turned a few heads out there too. We need to get back to the campsite as all our stuff is sitting out there unattended, but I'm looking forward to coming back here at some point and exploring this area more thoroughly.
Have an owl in your car? This should take us right directly back to. We're taking the back road here. This is fun.
Here we go.
Cory and Julie have a couple of options for camping and overlanding. This sweet little teardrop trailer looks like a great way to get out there, and you've got to love the spacious kitchen built into the back. And while they love off-roading in their Wrangler, the 4Runner has proven more comfortable for longer range trips. They've brought both out this weekend to maximize their sleeping quarters since their daughter and her friend have come along. We still have some daylight and the tide is still low, so we're going to poke around in the rocks a little bit. This end of the jetty holds many artifacts of its own creation. These are remnants of the small railway that was used to carry the large boulders further and further out to sea. It's still pretty breezy here, so Cory is positioning the Jeep as a windbreak. Nothing elaborate for dinner tonight. Lucie wanted pizzadillas. broken camp and are making our way across the sand and back towards the highway. This was such a fun weekend, but it's time to air up and head home, where we'll be staying for who knows how long. Check out Cory and Julie's YouTube channel for more adventures all across Oregon.
Loaded down the way it is, you can really see how the car is sitting back on its haunches. Definitely need some springs back here.